Welcome back to the channel. Today I'd like to talk about something foundational, something that's at the heart of why we're all here. The history of Bitcoin from its inception to where we stand today, March 18th, 2025. If you're new to this space or just brushing up on your knowledge, this is the story of how a radical idea became a global force and why it's worth your attention. My goal here is to keep growing the Bitcoin education network, one video at a time. So let's get started. Imagine it's 2008. The world's financial system is crumbling, banks are failing, governments are scrambling, and trust in centralized institutions is at an all-time low. Out of this chaos comes a 9-page white paper, dropped quietly onto an obscure cryptography mailing list. The author, someone or something called Satoshi Nakamoto. The title? Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. That's it. No fanfare, no press release, just a PDF that would eventually flip the monetary world upside down. Satoshi's idea was simple but revolutionary. A digital currency that doesn't need banks, governments, or any middleman. It's built on a decentralized network, secured by cryptography and powered by something called a blockchain, a public ledger that records every transaction forever. On January 3rd, 2009, Satoshi mined the first block, known as the Genesis block. Embedded in it was a message. The Times, 03 Jan 2009 Chancellor on brink of second bailout for banks. A subtle jab at the failing system Bitcoin was designed to replace. That's where it all began. Now let's be real, Bitcoin didn't exactly take off overnight. In its early days, it was a niche experiment for cryptographers and tech enthusiasts. The first real-world transaction didn't happen until May 22nd, 2010, when a guy named Laszlo Hanyecz paid 10,000 Bitcoin for 2 pizzas. That's about $600 million today, give or take. I guess you could say Laszlo's the patron saint of expensive takeout. But that moment proved Bitcoin could work as money, even if most people still thought it was a geeky toy. By 2011, Bitcoin started getting noticed. It hit parity with the US dollar, $1 per Bitcoin. Not bad for something that started at zero. Around this time, early adopters were mining it on their laptops, and forums like Bitcoin Talk were buzzing with ideas. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Satoshi disappeared in 2011, leaving the project to the community. Some see that as a flaw. I see it as a strength. Bitcoin didn't need a leader. It was built to stand on its own. Fast forward to 2013, and Bitcoin's price broke $1,000 for the first time. People started calling it digital gold. Why? Because it's scarce. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin, thanks to the code Satoshi wrote. Unlike fiat money, no one can print more. That scarcity, paired with its decentralized nature, made it a hedge against inflation and a way to escape centralized control. Around this time, businesses like Overstock and Microsoft began accepting it, and the network grew stronger as more miners joined in. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, please consider sharing it with a friend or family member who might want to learn more about Bitcoin. And if you want to subscribe, please do. I'd appreciate it. Let's keep spreading the word. By 2017, Bitcoin was impossible to ignore. The price surged to nearly 20,000, driven by mainstream hype. Everyone from your neighbor to your barber was talking about it. But here's the thing. Bitcoin wasn't just a get-rich-quick scheme. Beneath the price action, the network was proving itself, transactions kept flowing, miners kept securing it, and the blockchain kept growing. Sure, the volatility turned some people off, but for those paying attention, it was a sign of Bitcoin's resilience. It didn't need Wall Street's permission to thrive. Then came 2020 and 2021, a turning point. The world was reeling from pandemic chaos, and central banks were printing money like it was going out of style. Bitcoin hit 69,000 in November 2021, and big players like Tesla and Square started putting it on their balance sheets. Countries like El Salvador even made it legal tender, a bold move that showed Bitcoin wasn't just a tech experiment anymore. It was becoming a global asset, a store of value, and for some, a lifeline against failing currencies. Today, as I record this on March 18th, 2025, Bitcoin's still standing tall. The price fluctuates. Sure, it's not a straight line up, but the network's stronger than ever. Over 19 million Bitcoin have been mined, leaving less than 2 million to go until that 21 million cap. The halving events, like the one in 2024, keep reducing the supply of new Bitcoin, making it scarcer over time. Meanwhile, adoption's growing, more people are holding it, more nodes are securing it, and more developers are building on it. Institutions are in too, but here's my take. You don't need them. Bitcoin's power is in your hands. Hold your own keys, run your own node, and you're part of this revolution. No exchange or bank can take that away from you. So, what's the takeaway from this history? Bitcoin started as an idea in 2008, born out of distrust in the old system. It grew from a few cents to tens of thousands of dollars. Not because of hype, but because it works. It's money without masters, a system that rewards patience and sovereignty. Is it flawless? No, but its strengths, decentralization, scarcity, security, make it unlike anything we've seen before. The skeptics will say it's too volatile or too complicated, but I'd argue that's just the price of freedom. If you want to dig deeper into Bitcoin's story, I'd recommend checking out Matthew Kratter's Bitcoin University channel on YouTube. He's been breaking this stuff down for years, and it's a great resource. Please consider giving his page a look. As for us, we're just getting started here. Next time, I'll be diving into how Bitcoin's blockchain actually works, what makes it tick, and why it's so secure. It's the backbone of everything we've talked about today, and I think you'll find it fascinating. Until then, keep learning, keep questioning, and if you're holding Bitcoin, keep those keys safe. This is about taking control of your financial future. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.